Hi guys, welcome back to Prepping in Free America. If you like what you hear, if you like what you see here, hit the subscribe button. If you want to be the first kid on your block to know what craziness we're talking about next, hit the bell icon with all. Let me adjust this camera. And leave comments. I'll do my best to get to them within 24 hours. CDC came out the other day and announced that we will probably never be free of COVID. There'll always be a booster every year. Dr. Doom came out and said that the other day too. Guys and gals, let me tell you something. I've spent 4 days now trying to research Omicron. So far, Omicron, as I can find it, now there may be information elsewhere that I haven't found yet, and I'll come back and tell you I messed up. But right now, due to Omicron, they're reporting just a handful of deaths. They say this is so mild. And yes, they said yes, it will spread quickly. They keep moving the goalposts, folks. They want to keep you afraid. The fear factor. You know, it's like, what was that? I guess it was called Fear Factor. Where they would put people in situations, put a guy in a box or a woman in a box and dump bugs on top of her and see how long they could stand it before they cried out and wanted out. Guys, you have Democrat governors who now they're saying, not me, they're saying the American public is sick and tired of mass mandates. Somewhere in January, I'm going to give you a breakdown of post-COVID, because in January 23rd of last year, I caught COVID, or I went to the hospital for COVID. I'd already had it. And I'm going to give you a breakdown of what it's been like for me for this year. I'm 71 years old now. So I'm going to tell you the stories. Tell you what did happen and what didn't. Excuse me. But here's the problem with what's going on, folks. They want to keep you terrified so that they can keep control over you. These days, I don't know about you, but I don't need anybody controlling me. I do a pretty good job of my own. I either can get in trouble or not. And I most days choose not. I heard a local health official the other day. She was in a restaurant where I was sitting with some friends, and she flat came out and said, we may have to institute a mask policy again. And the guy from the next table over looked at her and said, I will not comply. And she looked around, and everybody around her was shaking their heads going, nope. I noticed the other day a doctor who was with CDC flat came out and said, for some reason, the science being overlooked on people who've had COVID. Their natural immunity is working pretty good. And Omicron is mild, but they don't know why, but it's able to skirt around the vaccines. I was talking to a nurse who I know quite well, and she flat looked at me and she said, most of our cases are people who have either not had COVID or has had the vaccines. We're seeing very few cases of people coming in who've had COVID and not taken the vaccine with Omicron. Guys, it's time to start thinking. Being smarter than a donut. So, with that being said, do not fear every time they come up with a new variant. Now the kitty cats are going at it today. Remember, don't be afraid every time they come up with a new variant. Because the last two variants, Delta and Omicron, have not been that bad. So, with that being said, I'm the Ancient Warrior. And if you're prepping, you're going to live free. And it's better to have this stuff and not need it than need it and not have it. I'm the Ancient Warrior. We're out.